Welcome back to another episode of Up the Score Show. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. We're going to be talking about who we think is going to win in the conference championship game. And we're going to be naming our award winners for the 2024 NFL season. And we got breaking news on Jim Harbaugh going to the Los Angeles Chargers and with him with the Michigan State team, Michigan, or is it just Michigan, right?
This is Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan. They just won the college football championship. Shout out to the cheaters. You know, he trying to dip up out of there now. He don't want to deal with the repercussions of his actions. So, he's just gonna go to LA and coach the NFL team. Well, do y'all think this changes anything for the Chargers?
It's gonna change the tenacity of how they play defense. Obviously they're gonna be a grit and grind team. Austin Eckler probably gone out that team. He probably gone. I'm not gonna lie to you. He gonna be gone. Yeah, but if they can retain the pieces on their defense and everything like that, they'll be a top 5 defense next year.
Yeah, I mean they're going into the season this year, this next year. They starting off with Chase Young. They got Joey Bosa. They got Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
Like they got the pieces that are necessary to just have a great defensive core. So yeah, now that they got the coach for it, I think it's only uphill for the Chargers.
Yeah,
because they have been disappointing these past couple of years.
still gonna be the offense that's gonna be a little bit iffy for me, but let's see about that.
I'm not doing this.
Worse. Get worse.
I'm not doing this with the Chargers. I don't care about this hiring until they show me some. No, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's Chargers this year, And they were hurt, they're good and all. No, Chargers, man. Even Justin Herbert, man. Everything. I don't even like the fact that they didn't get him an offensive coach, like an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, man.
I don't know about that deal too much. Jim Harbaugh, is he more of like a CEO type of coach, or is he a defensive minded coach?
Defensive.
Yeah, he's definitely defensive.
Michigan's
Michigan's defense has been like top 5 in the country since he's been there. I might be chatting, but definitely up there.
Yeah. Let's talk about his brother. This weekend, Texans versus the Ravens. And the score was 34-10. The scoreboard is kind of a little bit misleading. It was a closer game in the beginning, but at the second half, Harbaugh, he came out with some adjustments that ultimately it kind of blew the game away on the defensive side of the ball. On third down, the Texans, they converted 4 for 12. They couldn't move the ball on third down. It was they didn't score a touchdown the whole game. And I don't think the Ravens forced a turnover this game. It just was punt after punt after punt. CJ wasn't making mistakes. It's just nobody's open. The Ravens was locking up. They couldn't even run. They couldn't even run the ball at all. Just nothing you could do with this Ravens defense. They were the number 1 defense for a reason. But I got a fun fact for y'all. There was 3 coaching duos in NFL history that they were a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback that won a playoff game. One of them is CJ Stroud and D'Amico Ryans. Do you think you can name the other 2? It happened in our lifetime.
Both were rookies?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Aaron Rodgers? And I don't remember the coach.
No.
It was who the fuck was it?
Are we talking just pure head coach, right?
Rookie head coach, rookie QB.
I think Andy Reid was in his second or third year with the Chiefs when Mahomes got his.
Yeah, he was there. He was there for a minute.
All right, it's on the Ravens and on the Jets.
John Harbaugh and Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
And then the Jets, Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan.
Yeah. But yeah, what do y'all think about the game?
Elijah, you want to go first? You can go first.
It was interesting. It showed me a lot. I feel like, the Ravens defense we knew was going to be great, and it was great. I didn't like how much Lamar had to run. It felt like the Texans defense was so dominant in that game that it felt like Lamar sometimes just did not have a choice. He had to get out the pocket. Later in the game, it was different. The Ravens adjusted and they started scoring more, but I still don't trust Lamar. I'm happy he got the win. I'm genuinely happy he got the win. It was against a rookie quarterback. So I want to see what he does against a more experienced team that's been there before. But shout out to him for finally getting to the NFC Championship or AFC Championship.
I can understand that critique. I could understand that critique, but I felt like in the playoffs, Lamar was frustrated last year that he was being asked to run too much, and he said he's down to run, but in the playoffs, because he felt like that's the reason he was getting beat up in the regular season. So like them coming out the first game and trying out to run against a team that they should have beat, it was a good thing to me. And
yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
And it just gets them. It just gets that fluid in their offensive play calling more, because the Ravens most of the time they don't run design quarterback plays as much as you would think in the regular season. This year at least, most of the times Lamar was taking off this year was just straight up off of scrambles. Like at the red zone this season, Gus Edwards had 11 out of his 13 touchdowns this year inside of the 3-yard. Like Lamar isn't like running inside for his touchdowns like Jalen Hurts is stat padding type thing.
Lamar's just not as big as Jalen Hurts as well.
Yeah. But they could just run it outside with Lamar, and like if he wanted to touchdowns that bad, they could do it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Shout
out to Will Anderson.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Christian Harris. Both of them had great games last game. Shout out to Derek Stingley as well. He was cooking.
And one thing about Houston this game is they're getting a lot of flags. I ain't like that about them. I know this is the first playoff, so maybe that ain't gonna happen again next year, because CJ Stroud he and the Texans will be back here. Maybe CJ Stroud coming back here with an MVP next year, because there was a part of this year where he was legitimately in that conversation, and in this game he still showed to be as good as he was propped up to be in the beginning of the season, because he had 175 yards, 0 touchdowns, but like I said, 0 turnovers. Came out a game against a defense that has a chance to, as we speak, and still prove it, they could be the best defense of all time with how they playing right now if they go and make a Super Bowl run.
Yeah. I felt like a lot of the things that a rookie is supposed to have mistake-wise and coming into his first playoffs, he just did not have. He showed a lot of poise, especially going against one of the top defenses in the league, possibly of all time. So shout out to him as well. I think we're definitely going to see CJ back in the playoffs very soon.
Next year might be a little. I'm not gonna say that they're not gonna make it, because I think they're gonna make it, but can't make any anything about that. Because Colts, Jaguars, if Jaguars come back, this is all gonna depend on that, how Trevor Lawrence performs, and then also it's gonna depend on how Anthony Richardson performs. Because the Colts are doing pretty good this year too. They're doing really good with Gardner Minshew and that defense and everything like that. So if Anthony Richardson could take it up the next level, they could be in the playoffs too. And then you got to deal with the Bengals, got to deal with the Ravens, and then Browns too. It's just AFC's stacked, bro.
You're not wrong. And I'm just talking like it's guaranteed next year for them.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's like not even like guaranteed for any team besides the Chiefs at this fucking point, bro.
I think the problem with betting on the the Colts for me is just AR is not working on his game right now. That man is rehabbing.
Yeah.
Which means he's coming back in as like a pseudo rookie while CJ's going into his second year, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got a point with that and everything like that too. We just gotta see what happens. He needs to stop running the ball so much too.
Start sliding.
Yeah, he needs to start sliding. We were watching the Colts games in the beginning of the season, and he was not.
I said it, bro. He's gonna be out for the season if he keep playing like this. This is outrageous. And he was out for the season.
That's why he got hurt.
Yeah. We knew he was a project coming into the league, so
yeah.
Let's talk about the next game, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Kansas City Chiefs won this game 27-24. This game, it started off field goal, touchdown, field goal. They were just matching each other. Hey, this one was a good one. Josh Allen with the QB powers, man. He is so big and like Cam Newton-esque with that type of run stuff sometimes, and it's fun to watch. But I'm happy he came out this season fully healthy with that stuff. Shout out to Josh Allen. He had a great year in the MVP conversation. People underrate him in that.
Yeah,
but he just lost
it's the turnovers. It's just the turnovers that really.
Yeah, he just lost to the better QB too. Honestly, like.
Yeah.
And they lost to the better team, Nick. I told you that the Chiefs are better than them at every single position besides wide receiver.
And Diggs did not perform this game.
I mean, even then, you could say they matched them because they didn't have no Gabe Davis. It was a Stephon Diggs.
Did they have Stephon?
He was a ghost, bro.
He was out there. I ain't even know, bro.
He is not performing whatsoever. That really disappointed me. But like at this point, bro, like the Stephon don't even want to be there anymore. That's like the real question. Because like if you playing like this, bro, like why the fuck you want to be there, bro?
Yeah, he was angry last year, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was his last year as a Bill.
He just requested trade or something like that. I mean, get another really good wide receiver out of it or something. Like, fuck it, you know.
Where's Kirk is leaving? Maybe Justin.
Nah, bro. You gonna trade Stephon Diggs back to, bro? You gonna flip flop him again, bro?
At this point,
what if you trade Diggs for like Gilmore?
Stephon?
Yeah.
Gilmore? Bring Gilmore back to Buffalo again?
Yeah, and bring Diggs with Trayvon.
No.
They got Deron Bland.
Deron
Bland, Trayvon Diggs.
Stephon's on the end of his career. Oh no, not Stephon. Gilmore.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I see why we're mixing up the names. All right. Stephon Gilmore is at the end of his career. We chatting low key, but Stephon Gilmore at the end of his career, and the Bills they trying to win now. They win that team, and they need a DB because Tre'Davious White always hurt. And if
Bills gonna be ass
if Stephon Diggs wanna did it, he gone. You gotta go somewhere. Cowboys.
Bills gonna be hot ass, bro. They gonna be trash. Yeah, the amount of games I've watched with the Bills where Josh Allen's just like Diggs down there somewhere, bro, and he wins them the game is outstanding.
Yeah, he would have to get like somebody else.
Go get Drake London or something, bro. Go get one of them fucking Falcons receivers that just get no play time.
Nah, either that or you gotta get somebody speedy too. And that's a deep threat. You can't get nobody that's like physical because Gabe Davis is low key like a physical like wide receiver, which he should be. But they just like to throw deep to him for some reason. But
really, you think so? I feel like the Bills would be better if they just had a lot of physical receivers. Josh Allen throws so many 50-50s that having those physical receivers would only help.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. But back to the Chiefs Bills game. Like I said pre-pod, Bills didn't have no linebackers. All their linebackers were basically hurt. They're down to their last 3, and they're all in the game. They signed AJ Klein, who's gonna retire because they got him back. He was about to retire. Like that's how beat up your whole defense is, bro. And then Von Miller's been underperforming for the salary that he's gotten, bro. Von Miller really finessed them on that. He's on the later stage of his career. Jordan Porter's on the later stage of his career. Micah Hyde's on the later stage of his career. It's getting pretty bad. That defense is not looking good. You gotta make some changes real quick, or it's gonna go down in the shitter for y'all. Other than that, Bills could have won that. I wouldn't say easily, but they could have won that if circumstances were a little bit better. If you had Gabe Davis was also hurt too. I think one of the offensive linemen. They're banged up. They're really banged up. Yeah, Chiefs just got lucky with that. Fuck the Chiefs. I really don't care. I really don't fucking care anymore, bro. I really don't. They're really coming the Patriots of the league for me now at this point.
Amazing.
What?
Amazing?
No, just a bunch of fucking crybaby team. Just a bunch of assholes. That's all
right, Broncos fan, but that kick at the end of the game was hilarious. It didn't even have a chance of going in like that. This shit was comical to me.
It was windy and stuff, so I mean, but still, you're getting paid millions of dollars to kick a fucking field goal. You gotta make it, bro.
Man, the Bills always got an excuse. Every year, I feel like the Bills got an excuse. They're either too old, they're too injured, they don't have enough depth at this position or that position or this position. And at one point, we just got to say it's not working. And right now, I feel like it's just not working. Something's got to change.
Not working.
At some point, you just got to say, like, they got Tom Brady on the other side. Like, people don't understand that, man. Like, ain't nothing the Bills could do about that.
Bring Josh Allen to Denver and
Bills. Did the Bills lose to the Chiefs last year? I thought they lost to someone else.
No, they lost to the Bengals last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just the Chiefs. They just continue to lose every year. Yeah. And whether they play to their competition or not, they're losing.
Yeah.
And this team is only going to get older. It already started off as a team that was a win now situation. You're only getting older every single year. You're only getting more banged up every single year. It's not working. Damn, that was a hard screen. Yeah, they're not. They don't fit. They don't work. You gotta blow it up, man. It's unfortunate. Buffalo's not a big city, but hopefully you can get some people in there.
Yeah, yeah. Let's blow it up. Get different pieces and everything like that. Yeah. I don't think Josh Allen's gonna want to be in a rebuilding team for next 2-3 years. So if that happens, he's gonna be like, "Yo, get me the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Josh Allen to the New York Giants, team back up with Brian Daboll.
Nah, give him a mile high. Give him a mile high. He can air that bitch out whenever the hell he wants.
Look, our Daniel Jones contract ends next year. They have a bad year again next year. He's just like, man, I'm out this shit too, bro. Diggs gone. Come with your old coach, fam. He went and coach of the year.
If they have a bad season next year, Brian Daboll's fired. I hope you know that.
No, yeah. the Giants, they bounce back at the end of the year, unfortunately.
Yeah, but still, if they have another disappointing season where they don't make the playoffs,
that season wasn't disappointing.
This season wasn't disappointing. After they made it to the playoffs last year.
Oh yeah,
and won a playoff game against the Vikings.
After your starting quarterback looked like he shouldn't be in the league.
Exactly. That's why I wasn't disappointed. Our quarterback was hurt this season.
No, before he got hurt, he was still trash.
He was bad too, but he got hurt this season. And at the beginning of the season, if you were a Giants fan and you were connected, you knew that the first part of our schedule was the hardest one in the league. Like we had one game against the Cardinals and another game, our other easiest game at that point was the Dolphins, I think.
You had a game against the Cardinals where you had to make a comeback win.
Yeah. No, we sucked.
Your team wasn't good.
No, we sucked. We did suck, but like we're a bad team. We had the Eagles and the Cowboys in our division. Like our ceiling was the third seed.
You've always had
going
the
in.
Eagles and the Cowboys in your division.
Huh?
You've always had them in your division. That's not changed. You made the playoffs last year with them in your division. What's the difference?
Exactly, but we made the playoffs last year as the third seed in our division.
So do better. Do that again. Otherwise, it's disappointing. Make the playoffs.
But going into this season, I was expecting it to be. I was not expecting the number one seed at all. I was not expecting to win our division at all.
I wasn't expecting that either.
No one was, but this is still disappointing.
At least close to the playoffs, or like, you know what I mean, like
be competitive.
The wild card,
something.
They suck, bro. Like I told you, bro. I barely even watch.
This is cope. This is
I barely even watch Giants games, and they did too good this season to me. Bro, we started off the season that bad against that schedule. We should have just tanked. Tommy DeVito just came in and won games, bro. Games I wasn't even watching, bro. Like they didn't.
You weren't watching because your team was so bad.
The Giants did too good. That was our problem.
Damn. The Mavs are 7 for 10 from the 3-point line right now.
Talking about the draft, somebody who I liked in the draft in the Chiefs year is when they got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the Chiefs year that they won the Super Bowl. He had a nice little big run, and I don't know why, that just made me happy, just seeing someone who absolutely disappointed having a big moment. You know, that feel good story, like Markel Fultz had like 30 points in a playoff game. You just love that, man.
Yeah. I don't feel like he disappointed. I feel like he got outshined. Isaiah Pacheco was just such an overachievement that anything Clyde did at that point was just kind of like, but you're not doing what Isaiah doing.
And that's why teams they value getting running backs so late. Because look at Pacheco, you put him next to a good offensive line and a good scheme. I ain't trying to say that's the only reason why, but that helps a lot. It makes it easier finding the guy. Chiefs though, they kind of scared me this game. They went 1 for 5 on third down conversions, which is pretty scary. That they did that against the Bills defense. That, like Nick said, they had no linebackers. Von Miller, they pass rush wasn't all that. Actually, the pass rush wasn't terribly bad, but ain't nothing that's crazy. They DBs are just kind of older. Going against the Ravens, it ain't gonna be as easy, and they already struggling on third down. So I don't like that. I don't like that for them at all. What's up?
I feel like the Chiefs play better against good pass rushes. Mahomes is one of those people, the more pressure you put on him, the better he performs. And the less pressure it's really weird. But yeah, I feel like if you want to stop Mahomes, it's to let him have time to think, which is weird.
Basically, you're saying
put more people in coverage.
Yeah.
Basically, Sam Mahomes is a superstar.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Next game, we got a superstar quarterback on the San Francisco 49ers and Green Bay Packers. This game ended off 24-21. This was a rainy game. What was y'all thoughts on this one?
It's obvious.
Yeah,
it was obvious.
49ers were gonna win?
Yeah.
Was it obvious, bro?
There was no doubt in my mind from any point in time in this game the 49ers were gonna win, right?
I had a doubt. I had a doubt. Brock Purdy was underachieving. I get it was raining, ball was slipping out of his hands and everything like that, so I'm not gonna. I hate making excuses, but I gotta see what's gonna happen when they play the Lions. I think they're gonna torch the Lions, in my opinion, because that Lions secondary is absolutely dog shit. Yeah. Jordan Love playing good. Yeah, just that late interception really just fucked them. No coming back from that. He should have just threw the ball away. It was only 2nd and 10, I think. You should have just thrown the ball away. That was a rookie mistake. That was definitely like one of the times where I'm like, okay, like Jordan Love is like he's still like this is his first year starting, like he's still like getting used to it, and he's still a rookie type shit like that. Aaron Jones been balling the fuck out though.
Yeah.
He been balling the fuck out. You know, he was carrying that team for most of that time. Yeah. Other than that, Debo Samuel getting injured really raises some red flags for me because I feel like they went into that game that they're gonna run that whole offense around Debo Samuel.
Yeah, you can tell from how it jump started for real. And Debo, when you run the offense through him, it is kind of scary because those screens he be able to take them for 50, man. And it's watching them against the Giants. It's just demoralizing when he does it, man. Like this is really how you gonna get 30 yards.
Yeah. And also opens up the field more for Ayuk and Kittle and everything like that when you got a Swiss Army knife like Debo Samuel.
It opens up the backfield too for CMC because man, I'm talking about he be in a threat on screens for 30 yards. Debo is special, man. Everyone on their offense made All Pro, but Debo, and they're like running the offense through him in the playoffs, which is hilarious to me. CMC, Juszczyk, Kittle, Trent Williams, Purdy, Ayuk, they all Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is indeed crazy.
But this game, it like you said, started off with Aaron Jones and a PI that made them end off in the red zone. Man, the Packers, the one thing that happened a lot this game is they settle for field goals. And they went into this game knowing that they had the worst kicker in the league, but they kept putting like the season in his hands on the biggest game of the year. I don't like how like at the end of the game when he missed the kick, a lot of Packers fans were coming after him because they're like, oh, he's been the worst kicker all year and he missed the kick at the end of the season. He's the worst rookie kicker. But every single level of this team in a game that they had, the Packers lost this game. They had the 49ers beat, but they didn't convert on a lot of stuff. Darnell Savage, he dropped a pick six literally to start off the game. Like, start off the game, Darnell Savage drops a pick six. And then you have, like I said, the kicker missing that kick. And there was two possessions. The first one where they got a big Aaron Jones play and a PI in the red zone, and the offense didn't finish that possession. You got to finish off that possession. Another one, Aaron Jones had like a 53-yard run. Did they even get a first down after that? Like, you got to convert on those. The offense wasn't converting on those, so that's you gonna lose if you doing that, man.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. Luke is going crazy. Luke is going crazy.
Yeah.
I see Elijah in the back, and I'm like, I just peep over, and I just see Luka hit a fadeaway three, and and I'm just like, all right.
Mavs are whooping their ass right now, bro. Did you see Luka with the block?
Yeah.
Bradley Beal just had a nice little dunk too. I ain't gonna lie. He got a dunk, and Luka immediately just tossed that shit over there for the alley-oop, bro. Immediately, that shit ain't nothing. Grant Williams is talking his shit. This is such a funny game, bro. This is supposed to be Rivals Week. This is a fully healthy Suns going against the Mavs with no Kyrie.
Yeah. That's chopped. Excuse me. Back to the game. Purdy had another interception that was dropped at the end of the game in his own territory, which that's actually scares me with Purdy. Like, I don't see a world, to be honest, where they lose to the Lions, because only way that the 49ers could lose is if Purdy makes mistakes, in my opinion. And I don't think the Lions are going to be the team to get it out of him. But Packers, they almost just was. Almost just was.
I like the Lions D line a lot more than I like the Packers D line. Maybe that's just me.
Lions are
Lions.
second in the league against the run.
Yeah. I like the Lions D line too, but I don't think their DBs could force a mistake out of Purdy. I think they'll be chilling with passing the ball.
I think it's gonna be a lot of pressure. I think the Niners are gonna have to rely on the run game a lot more, their screen game a lot more, because of how fast the Lions are getting into the backfield, unfortunately. And because of that, it's gonna be easier for the DBs to set up something in order to trick them.
Yeah.
All I know is that the 49ers, they already run their offense through screens. So like it's a good thing that's how they're gonna have to minimize the pressure. Because that's literally what they do. They literally just run screen. The 49ers and Lions, they actually run similar offenses. I remember the day where Laporta got that little trick play touchdown. Kittle was like, hey, we got that on our playbook. Let's run it again against the Cowboys. And they did the same play. And Kittle had like the FU shirt. Kittle a troll. Let's talk about the last. Well, we got anything else you want to say about the Packers versus 49ers?
Not really.
No.
Oh,
to the Niners.
Oh no, Ambry Thomas, come on, man. Like I heard your name too much, bro. Like, bro got like 3 PIs. And
isn't this his first playoffs?
No, they made the playoffs last year.
Mm.
Yeah. They made the playoffs last year. And Mike Vrabel. No. What's the Matt LaFleur? Matt LaFleur was Kyle Shanahan's offensive coordinator throughout his head coaching tenure on these 3 teams. Do y'all think y'all know the 3 teams?
What?
That Kyle Shanahan and Matt LaFleur coached with each other on?
So they're on Commanders, Falcons, and
the last one was their first job. You got the last 2.
I'm trying to think. Wasn't he on? Fuck, man. What the fuck is what team was he on? Yeah, well, AFC or NFC? I'm trying to
AFC.
Okay.
This one got me too. Like this the one I ain't know also.
No way. Was it the Jets?
No.
I was about to say, I was like, no way, it's the Jets.
I thought it was the Dolphins. That was my first guess.
No.
The Patriots, wasn't Bills. Wasn't Ravens, I don't think. Wasn't Steelers, I don't think. Browns?
No. That wasn't a bad guess.
Wasn't the Bengals.
Who's the Browns quarterback?
Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston Texans, Washington Commanders, and Atlanta Falcons. Houston Texans caught me off guard too. On to the last game of this weekend's games. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. This game started off bad. It was a punt. Baker threw an interception. And then the Lions got a field goal. Bucks got a field goal. And then the Lions got a touchdown. Was it a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown at the end of it? Probably. And then Mike Evans, he go ahead and match that touchdown. So now we have a shootout. It was like, okay, he started off bad, but now it's a shootout. And then the Lions, they came back and they walked down the whole entire field. And at the end, at the red zone, they ran like a play action PA drag. One thing about Dan Campbell, it's a blessing and a curse, is that he's aggressive, bro. He's aggressive, right? Like, I feel like at some points of the game, all you gotta do is just let the game play, and like he just gonna be the main character. It's like I understand it sometimes, but like he do it at uncalled for moments. But hey, this game they went for it on fourth down and they got the touchdown. So I can't talk too crazy. So they got the touchdown, but that was scary, man. Reynolds, and the fact that like he put the season on Jared Goff's hands. It's also another crazy thing in my opinion. But Jared Goff, he came through Josh Reynolds connection. LA baby. This was a fun game though. This was a very fun game. Buccaneers that ended up losing though because they just had 2 turnovers and the Lions ain't having. Couldn't force a turnover, and that ended up being the Achilles heel for them. Both teams in the red zone, they was dominating. The Lions, they went 3 for 3 in the red zone. The Buccaneers went 3 for 4 in the red zone. Yeah, it was a close game, fun game too, in my opinion. What do y'all think about this one?
It was cool. I didn't really watch it until like the second half because I was working. So, well, once I started watching it, like after that, it was a cool game. Mike Evans was going crazy because the Detroit secondary sucks. That's what I said. It's gonna be a big problem for them against the 49ers. And yeah, none really to say. Baker just made the mistakes, and that's what cost them the game.
Yeah. At the end of the game, too, Mike Evans, like, after I'm on Raw, like, fade for a touchdown, I thought that was, like, the dagger. And then Mike Evans came back and scored immediately. Yeah. I didn't like the decision that they made to go for 2. Because if you went for 2, that means that you're down 6. And a touchdown wins the game. But if you miss it, you're down 8. And you need a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're just figuring out, I guess. I mean, it's not stupid, I would say, because like still you're gonna do it regardless, anyways, to win the game. But still, that could be a life or death situation there. Because PAT is definitely a lot easier than doing a 2-point conversion. But yeah, it was just I guess they're just trying to see and make a different adjustment to it, but whatever.
Maybe they could have went 2 field goals, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
but it wasn't enough time for that. And that's the thing I don't like about coaches in the league ever since the Chargers and Brandon Staley came in with the fourth down stuff. I feel like coaches don't really understand when to go for it sometimes just off of vibe. Like,
yeah,
if you just went for a field goal, right? You just kick your 7. Get your 7. Get your 7, and then the next time you get the ball, right?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you could tie the game or win the game. And then if you score your second touchdown in a row, you got all the momentum right there. Y'all already scored a touchdown. You got the field goal, and then you go ahead and do it again. If you just want to go for it and be like, oh, we got y'all beat right now. Like how the Lions did against the Cowboys that one game. Like the Lions, they were down against the Cowboys. They got a touchdown, walked again. They're like, you know what? Let's go for 2. And the reason I didn't like the decision from Dan Campbell was after like 3 flags and penalties, he was still like, hey, we're going for 2. You lost all the momentum at that point. You may as well kick your field goal. But in the game, in the situation where the Bucks and the Lions at their game, if the Buccaneers would have scored again, they would have had all the momentum. They would have scored again. And at that point, you could go for 2 because, we're beating up on y'all right now. But, maybe I just went on this field. Maybe I made sense. Maybe I didn't. But I made sense to myself. All right, Nick. So we're going to start this off with the award winners. Well, what award are we going with first? Let's go with Defensive Rookie of the Year. My final candidates were Jalen Carter, got Will Anderson, Devon Witherspoon, Brian Branch, and Kobe Turner. All of these guys had amazing years. And actually, in our prediction videos, I had the final 4 contestants, or 4 of the final 5 contestants. I named 4 of them as my 4 picks. I named literally every single one of these boys. You know, I gotta take my little spin when I can. My defensive rookie of the year though it's hard, man. Will Anderson had a great year. So did Jalen Carter. I think that's what it comes down to. I'm gonna go with Jalen Carter.
I told you.
And Jalen Carter is my defensive rookie of the year. Who's gonna be your defensive rookie of the year?
Man, I'm not gonna switch up my pick from the beginning of the season, so I'm gonna go Jalen Carter too. I said this in the beginning of the season, and look where we are. We're here. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I said this in the beginning of the season too. Fucking crazy. I said this before. Come on, bro.
What a great pick he was, man. What a great pick.
Yeah. And like we all know he's gonna be a great player. It was he a good person? And right now it seems like he's 1 year in and he's been doing fine on the field and off the field. Went to a great place for him to develop as a player and as a person.
Yeah. It's a great locker room in Philly.
Yeah. What about offensive rookie of the year? The contestants is CJ Stroud.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Hold on.
No, there's no hold on. There's no hold on.
Puka Nacua.
No, bro.
He just broke the wide receiver record for yards in a playoff game for a rookie.
Shout out to
him. Season yard record, whatever.
Shout out to him. It's CJ.
What about the tight end who just came in and was breaking rookie tight end records? We got Sam Laporta.
Shout out to Sam. It's CJ.
Shout out to Sam. But
what about the top 2 running backs in the draft? You got Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. Almost.
Shout out to them. It's CJ.
I'll agree with you. It's CJ Stroud. Man.
Shout out to them though. Shout out to them. Great players. Great players, bro. Shout out to Devon A-Chain as well. You know, he was playing great before he got injured.
The next award we got is Comeback Player of the Year. We got DeMar Hamlin as a contestant, Matthew Stafford as a contestant, Baker Mayfield as a contestant, Russell Wilson, Broncos country. That's right. You feel me? And that's about it. You know, the others is like Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco, but them boys are not no Comeback Player of the Year. Who do y'all got winning Comeback Player of the Year? I'm personally going with Baker Mayfield. Him and Matthew Stafford have those are my final 2 contestants. They both have very similar seasons. The only difference is last year Baker had 4,000 yards, Matthew Stafford had 3,900. Baker threw more touchdowns than him last year. He threw more touchdowns this year again. And they threw the same amount of interceptions last year, and Baker threw less interceptions. And Baker and the Buccaneers, that story of him just coming to a random team is better in my opinion. Because this is his last chance in the NFL with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they just made the playoffs, which is very impressive. Shit, they won a playoff game. Shit, they won a playoff game with Baker Mayfield. I know playoffs don't really matter for regular season awards, but just them making the playoffs in general with Baker Mayfield is a great thing. Who y'all got for a Comeback Player of the Year?
I'm biased. It's Russ. Russ was literally the most hated player in the NFL last year, to playing out of his mind. It's unfortunate he had to get, because has to get cut for the money and everything, but he balled up this year and he deserves it. Yeah. Especially with one of the worst defenses in the league this year. Like, the amount of games that were lost just purely off that and not Russ's play was so sad.
Right, we could have definitely made the playoffs, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If we had a good defense, we could have made the playoffs.
We would have made the playoffs if we had a good defense.
Yeah. I'm giving it to Russ.
Fucking nuts, man. I'm giving Stafford. Yeah, just leading a team like that. Seems like obviously every team that Stafford goes on, like every wide receiver that gets thrown at him, he turns them into an animal. Yeah, no more to say about that.
Next award we got is Defensive Player of the Year, and this was a year with a lot of candidates, man. A lot of guys made their case for Defensive Player of the Year. They got Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Max Crosby, Daniil Hunter, Roquan Smith, Nick Bosa, Deron Bland, even Aiden Hutchinson. A lot of guys. You could put them. Chris Jones.
We should just make it the pass rusher award, because every single year a pass rusher basically wins it. So, Elijah had this argument. We all had this argument a few months ago about who was better, T.J. Watt or Myles Garrett, and y'all was trying to convince me to go Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is a great player. I think he's a very good player. Not my DPOY though. Giving TJ Watt.
I like that.
My answer has not changed. Myles Garrett was consistently the best defensive player in the league this year for me.
No.
My answer has not changed.
No. All right. Are you gonna tell me this, right? Tell me this, right? Do you think if Myles Garrett was out, do you think the Browns would still be a top 10 defense?
That's not what the award is, though. It's not most valuable player.
I'm asking you. I'm just asking you.
I think the Browns is a great defense as a whole. Yeah, of course. But I think Myles Garrett is the best defensive player in the league.
Okay.
I think Myles Garrett would be a DPOY without the Browns being as good as they are defensively.
And then you see what the Steelers have, and then when TJ Watt's out, they can't do shit. And then when TJ Watt is in, they win games. So
yeah, and if this was a most valuable player award, I would agree with you.
Defensive player of the year, more sacks, more tackles, simple as that.
But who's the
and
better
more hits?
Yeah, when you have to do more, you're gonna get more.
More hits,
sure.
A pick.
For sure. I believe TJ Watt is one of the best big playmakers in the league.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with it because it's either him or Myles Garrett in my opinion. So,
yeah, I respect TJ. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they're both up there in terms of two of the best players in the league defensively. But I just personally think Myles is better.
Oh my goodness, man! This is so hard, man. Like, somebody who y'all are sleeping on in the conversation, by the way, is Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith he's been balling out too. Roquan Smith, I know his stats may not be as impressive, but
that's why he's not gonna get it.
That's why only pass rushers get stats for real on defense. Like,
Roquan doesn't have a good enough individual argument.
I think his whole argument is individual wise because we saw I know it's from last year, which it kind of cheating the award, I guess. But last year we saw the Ravens without Roquan Smith, and literally the week they brought in Roquan Smith, from that point on to this day as we speak, they've been the best defense in the league. He came in, he completes the middle of the field. He's a great field general. He's probably the best field general in the league, honestly. Amazing tackle. I know the stats don't pop out as much as a Myles Garrett and stuff though, but Myles Garrett, he's only got 1 sack in the past 9 weeks. And I know he's been hurt, so that kind of ruined his case for me. I'm not saying that he isn't the best defensive player in the league. I still think he is, but I think he just got unlucky because he was hurt at the end of the year. Roquan Smith stayed healthy this year and led the best defense in the league. And he actually led them. He's not just the best player on the defense. He is the leader of that defense. Play calling wise, he calls out what they're doing and all that. But I think
linebacker's supposed to do.
I know.
As a middle linebacker's supposed to do.
I know, but he did it, and he did it the best in the league. But I'm gonna go TJ Watt, man. I'm gonna go TJ Watt, bro. That's now. They had the 20th best defense in the league, though, man. That's my problem.
As Elijah said, individual.
I'm gonna give it.
If you want to go individual, it's got to be TJ.
If it was a team award for defense, for the best defense, it would definitely be the Browns. Or the Ravens.
I might go TJ, and you know what's crazy? I felt like TJ had a year a couple years ago where he was robbed. Was it the Gilmore year? I don't know, but on to the next. We got offensive player of the year. Felt like there was only 4 real candidates for this one. It was CMC, Tyreek Hill, which is the tier 1 candidates. But the only 2, if you want to be crazy biased, is CeeDee Lamb and AJ Brown. After that, I don't see any world where you can name anyone else for this award.
For who? Offensive player?
Yeah, offensive player.
CMC easily.
It's CMC.
I agree.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I agree.
CMC.
Yeah, okay. So that was a quick one. Coach of the year. The finalists are Kevin Stefanski, D'Amico Ryans, Sean McVay.
Bro, you should just be a Texans fan at this point, bro. Give up your Broncos.
If you have a team that's got a great defense led by a rookie defender, a top offense led by a rookie quarterback, I'm not. Rookie season as a quarterback, as a coach, that's a coach of the year.
No. I'm not even saying that. I don't disagree with you on that. I'm just saying you be chatting about the Texans OD, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You be chatting about the Texans. You be chatting about the Texans.
Rush to get the comeback player of the year.
You be chatting about the Texans more than the Broncos, bro. I don't even
That's not true.
Yo, Mar.
You be chatting about the Texans.
No, because did I not literally say that Russ was better than Lamar this year? Let's stop this. This is not true. This is not true. This is not true.
It go both ways.
I big up my Broncos every time, bro. I be in tears when we lose. I don't know what you're talking. When the Texans lose, I'm like, whatever. When the Broncos lose, bro, I'm hurt, bro. I'm hurt. This is outrageous.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
All right, but the contestants are Kevin Stefanski from the Cleveland Browns. You got D'Amico Ryans from the Houston Texans, Sean McVay from the Los Angeles Rams, Kyle Shanahan from the San Francisco 49ers, Dan Campbell from the Lions, and Sean Steichen from the Colts. Is that his name? Sean Steichen? Shane. Yeah, Shane from the Colts. Who do y'all have winning this award? I personally have Kevin Stefanski from the Cleveland Browns. They lost their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. They lost their running back, Nick Chubb. Even at the end of the year, Garrett was hurt, and they was still performing on both sides of the ball. They had Joe Flacco come in here and just play at an absolute great level. And
against bum-ass teams.
Yeah, and exactly.
Joe Flacco did that last year, man.
Exactly, Elijah. People were all saying Joe Flacco's comeback player of the year. No. You're just watching Kevin Stefanski being the coach of the year. Joe Flacco did this last year. It's just he wasn't on the team that gave him the opportunity again. The New York Jets, as soon as Zach Wilson came back, they just gave up on Joe Flacco and said, "Hey, we got Zach Wilson," and now that's why the Jets locker room hated Zach Wilson because he just got that spot and didn't deserve it. Joe Flacco been balling, and Kevin Stefanski and him, they were on a roll until the playoffs.
Yeah.
Who's y'all coach of the year?
Elijah, you can go first.
My coach of the year is D'Amico Ryans. bro, that team was so young. You had you just lost your best wide receiver in Brandon Cooks this year. You didn't have a real star to build around yet in terms of like a proven star. You kind of just had to see who showed up and who showed out, and then just on the fly build around them for the rest of your season. And I don't think you could have done a better job. The CJ Stroud was amazing this year. Will Anderson looked amazing this year. Nico Collins was an entirely different player. You had flashes from Tank Dell that he looked nice. The team as a whole went from like a bottom, like absolute garbage team to a team that made it to the second round of the playoffs and honestly didn't do terrible for a rookie team against the Ravens. So I think it's D'Amico Ryans.
Who you got, Nick?
I'm gonna go with Dan Campbell.
That's a good pick.
I'm just gonna go with Dan Campbll. This is what the Lions are doing this year. Actually making people believe, bro. Like they actually making fucking people believe. They won a playoff game. First, I get it. Had like coach of the year doesn't matter with the playoffs and everything like that. But when they went in as a third seed, they showed out when they needed to. He built a really good team there. The players trust him. He built a good locker room atmosphere and everything like that, and all the players trust him and everything like that. It just took some time to build it up, and once they did, NFC Championship.
Yeah. Dan Campbell, he actually was my funny story. He was my coach of the year until the Cowboys game. That final shit, bro. Like he got off my belly real quick, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro.
He's been great this year. He's been great this year. Shout out to Dan Campbell. Shout out to the Lions, man.
Yeah, but just that Cowboys situation, bro, where he literally was my coach of the year until that shit, bro. Like, no way you did that shit, bro. No way. Last award we got is MVP. The contestants for the most valuable player is Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, CMC, Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett. Who y'all boys got winning the MVP this year?
Lamar
Jackson.
If you don't know now, you're late. It's that boy L8. Late, boy. It's Lamar Jackson, man. Broward County, very own, 954, we about to win the Super Bowl, hopefully. Let me know.
Oh my god. Bro got like 5 different teams. This is outrageous.
My boy Lamar about to go crazy. Boy. But man, let's dive right into the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. Man, this is gonna be a fun matchup. And my boy Lamar, he out here chatting, talking about I'm scared. No, you're not, boy. You're humble. That's what you are. You're humble. You're humble, kid. You're humble. This is the number 1 defense versus the number 2 defense. Both of these teams have an elite tight end with a decent rookie wide receiver that's carrying their wide receiver room. They have both elite linebacking cores. They both have a blue chip player on their defense. I think Kyle Hamilton is a blue chip player in their secondary, while Chris Jones is a blue chip player in the trenches for the Chiefs. Chris Jones is obviously the better player, but I think Kyle Hamilton is special at that safety position. Joe Thuney, like Nick mentioned, he is out, so that is a advantage on the Ravens side of the ball. Oh man,
Mark Andrews is coming back.
Yeah, man. Like elite tight end rooms, bro. Got Kelsey and Noah Gray on the Chiefs. Noah Gray, he be decent, man. And
it's not hard to be decent behind Kelsey.
Yeah. And with Patrick Mahomes throwing to you.
And with Patrick Mahomes throwing to you, man.
Hey, same way with Isaiah Likely. Same way with Isaiah Likely. And Isaiah Likely, he actually been balling in the time Andrews is out.
He been solid, yeah.
Yeah. So man, oh man.
But Pacheco's way better than any running back they got in that. Oh my god, in that room with with the Ravens.
Not Lamar Jackson.
He's really.
You see me, I'm like Lamar Jackson.
You counted him as a running back this year?
You gotta take that as a compliment. Like he's a running back and a quarterback. He's
not better than Pacheco, even as a running back, bro.
All right, if you want to say that, then okay. But I'm just saying he's in the conversation. But like, oh, yeah, I'll give you that. I give you that. But Lamar makes that run game for the Ravens special. Edwards, he just goes inside and takes the beat, and so Lamar does it. It ain't like the Eagles in Baltimore where they're gonna go into the playoffs with DeAndre Swift fully healthy and Jalen Hurts banged up because he was running inside for touchdowns. All right.
Jeez, man. What a pass. Did you see that?
Yeah, to Derek Lively.
No, bro. The Thunder game. Jalen Williams just like shot it past like 3 or 4 people from half court to like from across the court. It was insane. Like a bounce pass.
J-Dub had a buzzer beater last night.
Damn, bro. I hope people are talking about that pass because that was insane.
What do y'all think about the Chiefs Ravens game?
Chiefs got it, man. Experience tends to take it in these situations when you have two teams that it feels like it could go either way. The experienced team tends to win it. Lamar has been playing out of his mind, but I would never doubt Patrick Mahomes at the playoffs, especially in a championship game.
Yeah, you can't doubt Pat Mahomes, bro. Ugh.
Oh my god. Look.
I just want the Chiefs to lose, bro. So sick of this shit.
Oh my god.
So sick of this shit.
The Chiefs 49ers in the Super Bowl again. How would you feel about that?
It's not bad.
It's never a bad matchup. I hate it. Yeah, those are just two very good teams. I don't think the Niners are going to make it, though. So
I'm going to go with the Ravens. Like I said, that's my Super Bowl pick, so I got to stick with it.
I don't know. Like, you see, my problem is I have to pick a side. My preseason pick was the Kansas City Chiefs versus the 49ers. My playoff predictions was the 49ers versus the Ravens. I'm going with one of those picks, but I don't know if I want to go off my preseason intuition or my postseason analysis. Like, man, oh my God, this is hard. This is going to be a very close one. If the Chiefs ever have a year that they lose, it's going to be this one, right? Yeah.
It's gotta
be the week.
They have not lost last year against the Eagles.
What I'm worried about is it's Lamar against the number 2 defense. I wonder how does that go out, because this game is gonna go down to who makes a mistake. Because this is gonna be a low scoring game.
It's not gonna be Pat Mahomes.
Like are we betting against like Pat Mahomes to make the first mistake against Lamar Jackson?
I wouldn't. But y'all are apparently, so I mean, have fun.
I'm like, I want to go for Lamar so bad. Oh my goodness! And Mahomes, like, this is gonna be his 3rd Super Bowl run. You know, this is Lamar's first conference championship game. That's what I meant. Like when I meant like they just happy to be here, man. Like, am I really gonna like Lamar talking about something? I'm scared, bro. Like, oh my goodness.
He's being humble because every team that's chatted about the Chiefs have lost. He's being humble, not chatting.
I know, but like, why are you even doing that, bro? Why are you even doing that, bro? Like, bro, we are live in air right now, and I still don't know who I'm picking at this moment.
We already know who Elijah got, so Elijah could just say that.
Yeah, I got
Oh my god.
I got the Chiefs, man. I got the GOAT.
I want the Ravens. I'm going to Ravens. I want them to win so bad. I want them to win so bad. I'm going to the Ravens Cup.
This happens every year. Every single year, everyone bets against the Chiefs, and that man pulls it out every single time, man.
You know, this is the first year I don't have the Chiefs in my Super Bowl at this point of the year. Yeah, this is the first time I ever didn't pick the Chiefs, and it only makes sense that I'm doing it because there's somebody who I have a complete bias towards, so it makes sense. This year I'm going into it like, yeah, this pick is biased. This pick is biased, man. Like, honestly, this pick is biased. I hope it happens.
My pick is somewhat biased.
My pick is biased by watching games, I guess.
Thing is though, like, for me personally, on how I watch sports, this goes against everything I preach. I always like people who season to season show me in the playoffs who they are, you know, are accomplished, and been having a great year. And that's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, bro. And they have a great offensive coordinator with Andy Reid, great defensive coordinator. Man, stop making me talk before I pick the Chiefs, man. Hey, I'm going with the Ravens, man. 49ers versus the Detroit Lions. That's the last game we gonna be talking about. Who do y'all boys have winning this game?
The Lions.
I got the 49ers. I don't see how Detroit locks up any of their receivers.
Yeah, I also got the 49ers losing to whoever wins in the Super Bowl on Saturday against the Chiefs and Ravens. 49ers losing to whoever come out of that game.
Yeah, I feel like the AFC is the team to beat this year, definitely.
Yeah.
Whoever comes out the NFC, I don't feel like is going to win the Super Bowl, but you never know, especially with in football. But I'm definitely going to go with the Lions. I just think the defense that they've shown is going to be. I feel like they've been preparing for this game all season.
They have.
Yeah, they knew who they had to beat, man.
I could definitely see a world where the Lions won, though. I could definitely see it.
What would have to happen in that world?
What would have to happen in that world? It would have to be the 49ers defensive line that shits itself, and the Lions run all over them, first off. And then second off, it would have to be Brock Purdy just throwing the game away.
I think Aiden Hutchinson and Darren Bland have to have themselves some monster games.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's possible. It's possible that like Aiden Hutchinson goes off on the opposite side of Trent Williams, because that's where he operates at. And then you got Brian Branch wins off the game with a pick after CJ Gardner-Johnson caught a pick six. I guess.
Yeah, you gotta hope CJ is not garbage this game.
He was amazing last game. Actually, he caught a pick and he tossed it to Baker Mayfield. He made it.
Bro, he's such a fucking he be trolling. He be trolling too much.
Bro, his first game back in a while, or one of his first games back, and he's over here just John Moran for real.
Shit's crazy.
I don't see. I don't see if the 49ers lose this. That's a disappointment. Like I said, 49ers is just like the Chiefs in this situation.
What I see is the 49ers are going to win now. What I see with the Lions, it's you could afford to lose.
Yeah,
you could afford to lose and then come back next season even stronger.
Yeah,
exactly. The Lions can afford to lose, but I feel like ever since they got off to this hot start, they put themselves in a win now mindset. Yeah, and they may in the back of their minds think that they can come back at any time, but it's never promised, man.
I mean, it could be a win now situation because sooner or later, once Jameer and Sam Laporta and Brian Branch get off their rookie contracts and shit, and you have to pay them, and then Aiden Hutchinson too, you're gonna have to pay him eventually too. Amon-Ra, did they pay Amon-Ra yet? I don't even know if they paid Amon-Ra yet.
I don't think so. They got a lot of people that gotta pay. They gotta pay. That team is very young.
Yeah.
I think
now they gotta pay.
Now is the time to win. If you're gonna get the upset, now is the time. If you have the defense to make it happen, it's really gonna be on if the offense can also perform.
Mm-hmm. This is if Jared Goff is playing like he's been playing these last 2 playoff games. It's literally just gonna depend on that.
Yeah.
In the late game situations, it's
I think the Lions can do it. I'm hoping for an upset. I know it is. I know if the Lions do win, though, it will be an upset. Like, they're not the favorites going into this.
Yeah, hell no. They're not the favorites.
Yeah, they're the underdogs by a touchdown. But it's not impossible. The Lions are a great team. They're with the 2nd or 3rd seed for a reason.
Yeah, they continuously surprise throughout this entire season, and I hope it doesn't end now. I want them to make the playoffs, a Super Bowl at least.
Lions Chiefs Super Bowl would honestly be fun.
It'd be great, man.
That'll be funny, bro. I just,
and then the Lions win it, bro. Oh my god!
If the Lions get their first ring on Mahomes of all people, that's gonna be amazing. That's an amazing story. That's very Detroit Pistons versus the Lakers. Yeah. Detroit's do like to get their rings the hard way, man.
Grit and grind, man.
Yeah. You from Detroit, you get it out the mud, man.
Shit crazy. I mean, I think that's it, right?
Oh yeah, that's it for the episode. Thank you for everybody who's watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Most people who watch these do not subscribe to the channel, so we'd appreciate if you could do that. And if you're watching right now at the end of the video, leave a comment saying Cason Wallace. I'm watching Cason Wallace right now. If you could leave a comment saying Cason Wallace, you may get a reward. If you see it on the YouTube page, and shout out to everyone for listening. Thank you guys for joining, and everybody have a nice day.